So in total probability theorem we had seen that suppose I have to find say probability of this event B, and I have been given these three partition A1, A2, A3, so I can calculate this B. This scenario I can visualize in another manner also. I can say that okay, this B is an effect, something say like production of a defective item in a factory, which has been caused by these three A1, A2, A3 or A1 to AN different causes. So in total probability theorem we have to find out probability of B. So for that we require probability of A1, that is the first cause. Now given that probability of A1, this probability of B given A1, so I have to find this one, then probability of B given A2, probability of B given A3, and the moment I know all these three conditional probabilities, I know this probability, I can multiply and get probability of this effect or probability of this event B. Now the question is, suppose you have been given that okay, this event B has happened, whatever was the effect that has taken place. So can I go back and find fault that okay, this effect B has taken place, so whether it was because of A1 or because of A2 or A3, that is the moment we have reached event B, I want to know whether I came through this path, or through this path. That is, can I retrace my steps backward and find out that given that this event B has happened, whether it was due to A1, A2, A3. In total probability theorem, what has happened, that I have come from this A1 and reached B, that is I have traversed this path. Now when you have been given that okay, this event B has happened, now give me whether this happened because of A1 or A2 or A3. So basically I have to go backwards, so I have to retrace my steps, I have to go backward, and the question is it possible? Then yes, it is possible, and it is possible because of a theorem called Bayes theorem. So in TPT, that is total probability theorem, I am going this way, that is from A to B. In Bayes theorem, which I will discuss in next slide, in Bayes theorem what is happening, that I am going from B to A1, that is it has been given that this event has happened, this whatever had to happen, this event has happened, this effect has taken place, and now you find out the reason, whether it happened because of cause A1 or cause A2 or cause A3. So in this example, what has happened, suppose a production is going on in a factory and a defective item has been produced. So this is my effect. Now there may be three possible causes for this defective item production. Cause number one is machine error, so this I have denoted by this partition of the sample space. Cause 2 is human error, and cause 3 is any other cause. Now that this effect has taken place and this is given by say event B, and these are my three causes, so they are given by say A1, A2, and this is my cause 3, that is A3. So Bayes theorem gives me an idea how to find whether it is because of A1 or because of A2 or because of A3, and how we can do it. You see, we are using this thing, the probability of B given A is equal to probability of A intersection B divided by probability of A. Using this very old conditional probability formula, instead of A, let me write AI. So what I can write, that probability of AI intersection B will be probability of AI into probability of B given AI, and the same thing, if I interchange the role of AI and B, can also be written as probability of AI given B into probability of B. This is very simple thing, because ultimately up to this step, like this, up till this step it is nothing but this thing, instead of A I have written AI here. The same thing I can write in this way also, because I can write say probability of AI given B will be probability of AI intersection B divided by probability of B. This thing I have written, interchange the role of AI and B. So I can write probability of AI intersection B is equal to probability of AI given B into probability of B. Okay, this is very simple, that this thing can be written. Now what is my goal? My goal is to find out this thing, that what is the probability of ith cause given that event B, the defective item, has been produced. So this I can write as, you just take this to this side and divide, so you will get, let me remove these things. So this, taking this PB to this side, I will get now taking PB in denominator this side, I can write probability of AI given B will be probability of AI, this thing, that is probability into probability of B given AI divided by probability of B. Okay, this is Bayes theorem. Now you can see the probability of B I can find out using total probability theorem. So when I use the expanded formula for probability of B using total probability theorem, I will get this formula for Bayes rule. So what is this formula? Let A1, A2, A and B disjoint events that form a partition of the sample space, and assume that PAI greater than 0 for all I. Then for any event B such that PB greater than 0, why this condition is required? Because you are using the conditional probability that probability of AI given B has happened. So now that B has happened, this PB has to be greater than 0. So probability of AI given B will be this thing I have proved in last slide, and this PB I can write as this. This PB can be written as this using total probability theorem. So this is the conditional probability of a particular cause AI given that the event B has occurred. So this is given like this. In numerator you have probability of AI into probability of B given AI, and in denominator you have all such terms. So although this formula looks very intimidating and daunting, but don't worry, this is, if you just think that what is the rationale, what is the logic going into derivation of this formula, then you need not remember also. After doing say 4 or 5 numericals based upon Bayes rule, this formula will naturally come to you. So let me do one numerical on based upon this Bayes theorem. You see, this is the problem. In answering a question on a multiple choice test, a student either knows the answer or guesses. So there are two outcomes, that a student may know the answer or he may guess. Okay, let P be the probability that the student knows the answer. So P is the probability of knowing the answer. So obviously 1 minus P will be the probability that he is making the guess. Okay, assume that a student who guesses at the answer will be correct with probability 1 by m. So if he knows the answer and he answers it, then he may reach the correct answer. This is correct answer, event C. Or maybe he may guess also and then get the correct answer. So even if he guesses the answer, he may reach a correct answer with the probability, because suppose there are m multiple choice alternatives. This is for each question. For a question there are m alternatives, so probability will be 1 by m. But if he knows the answer, it means he will reach here with probability 1, because if you know the correct answer of a question, then you will correctly answer it. So with probability 1, that is with certainty. Okay, so this is that given condition, that assume that a student who guesses at the answer will be correct with probability 1 by m, where m is the number of multiple choice alternatives. What is the conditional probability that a student knew the answer to a question given that he or she answered it correctly? So in this question, what is given, that now you know that this guy, this boy or girl answered this question correctly, that is he has reached this event C, that this event C has occurred. Now the teacher wants to know that what is the probability that although he has answered this question correctly, this event C has occurred, but it is quite possible that he may have guessed it. So what is the probability that he came from this step, that is he knew the answer? So using Bayes theorem we can solve it. So let's solve it. You see, let C and K denote the respectively the events that the student answered the question correctly. So I had shown in last slide. An event that he or she actually knows the answer. So this is K and C. So basically I have to found this probability of K intersection C divided by probability C. Probability C is that he answers the question correctly, and K is that he knows the answer. In this I have not written about guesswork, that is G, because here we are taking K complement. So whatever is K complement, that is same as G. So this is probability of K intersection C will be probability of answering question correctly, that is C, given that he knew it, into probability of K divided by these two terms. Okay, so the next step will be, you see this P CK, this is how much? This is 1, that is probability of correctly answering a question when he knew the answer. So this is 1. Probability of knowing is P. So similarly this is 1 and P. And in this thing, probability of correctly answering the question when he K complement meaning he did not knew the answer, that is he guessed the answer. So that is 1 by M into probability of K complement, that is guesswork, is 1 minus P. So you solve this, you get this answer, and you can see that suppose M is equal to 5 and P is equal to half, you will get that this required probability as 5 by 6. So this is one way of drawing an inference about possible alternative causes given that an event has occurred.